Brussels is the unofficial capital of Europe, mainly due to it being the seat of the European Union, and it is also a fantastic city to take a short break in. But there's so much more to this capital city than Belgium's holy trinity of beer, chocolate and waffles, so I've put together a list of 5 things I think every traveller to Brussels should experience. Here we go. Number 1, the Atomium. Probably Brussels' most iconic building and certainly its most striking, the Atomium stands at 335 feet tall and it was constructed for the 1958 Brussels World's Fair. Its 9 stainless steel clad spheres are connected to form the shape of an iron crystal magnified at 165 billion times. The Atomium is open to the public, and in addition to a permanent exhibit about the history of the building, there are temporary exhibitions with different themes. As well as being a museum, the Atomium is one of the best observation decks in the city with spectacular views, especially when it's a clear day. Number 2, Mini Europe. Located to one side of the Atomium, Mini Europe is somewhere you can tour the entire continent in just a matter of minutes. This large park is filled with over 300 small-scale models which resemble monuments of famous European cities. From a tiny leaning tower of Pisa to an itsy-bitsy Brandenburg Gate, there's a lot to see at this interesting attraction. Although, of course, it doesn't replace the real experience of visiting these incredible cities, you'll get a little bit of information about each one whilst adding to your bucket list as you see eye-catching structures along the way. Number 3, Grand Place with Mannequin Piss. Moscow's Red Square, Madrid's Plaza Mayor and Milan's Piazza del Duomo are some of the most famous public spaces in Europe, but Brussels' Grand Place is one that joins them at the top of the list. Around the cobbles of this central square are a series of opulent buildings comprising of various architectural styles, the main one of which is the 15th century Brussels Town Hall, the only remaining medieval building on Grand Place which features an ornate spire. I've also decided to include Mannequin Piss with this attraction, not only because of its geographical proximity to Grand Place with it being a 2-minute walk from the square, but because it's one of those things that isn't really exciting enough to dedicate a segment to, but is a Brussels landmark you really shouldn't miss. This bronze statuette's name in English translates to the Pissing Boy, and he often undergoes costume changes, many of which are on display at the Brussels City Museum, which is also on Grand Place. The fountain dispenses water by the statue going for a number 1, and as a Brussels icon you may as well stop by and see what all the fuss is about. Number 4, the Parliamentarium. The Parliamentarium is the visitor centre at the headquarters of the European Union in Brussels. This grand museum takes you through the history of the Union, as well as explaining how European Parliament works, how laws are made, and what its role is across Europe and throughout the world. I found the exhibits to be really interesting and their interactivity certainly helps with this, and I know politics isn't for everyone. I actually find it pretty boring myself, yet I still found the Parliamentarium to be a fascinating attraction and I did learn a lot during my visit. Number 5, Delirium Cafe. When you're in Brussels, you'll almost certainly see several pink elephants dotted around the city. But why? That's because it's the logo of famous Belgian brewer Delirium. Their beers are sold in bars all across the city, but I'd recommend stopping by Delirium Village, a small cul-de-sac sporting 8 Delirium-owned bars. The most famous of these is Delirium Cafe, which holds the Guinness World Record for the number of beers available, with 2,004 beers from around the world available to try. However, I wanted to sample the homegrown stuff, and so we had a couple of Delirium variations, including the fruity Delirium Red, which was probably my favourite. Good stuff. Oh, that's good. Have I missed your favourite Brussels attraction off, or do you think anything needs adding to the list? If so, let me know in the comments. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.